What is up and welcome back, guys. It is finally actually nice outside. Look at that. Last time I recorded a video, I think there's still snow on the ground, but I'm all done finals and I've got a lot of really cool things coming up. So I talked about it in some video, I can't even remember which one, that just recently came out because I'm editing old videos because I'm back on that editing train. But we're gonna have lots of really awesome content coming soon, and that's because we're gonna be doing some really cool stuff to the Forester. If you guys watch some of the really old stuff, you probably hear me talk about when I just bought it and some of the goals for it. Well, we're gonna do the first phase of that in these couple, or probably next 5 episodes. So with that, I'm gonna just give you guys a little sneak peek of what we're actually putting on. You guys can comment down below and guess what I'm actually doing and what kind of the goal is, but I'll just put the labels of the boxes. So, box 1 here. ARB. What is ARB? If you guys know, you guys know. If you don't, well, you're gonna have to wait. And then here's the other one. This one probably won't be a pretty good giveaway, but that's all I'm gonna show is that label with my name on it. Box is about as big as me, so something big. But it has to do with the Forester, and that's what we're going to be working on today. But today we're going to be doing kind of more of the boring stuff so we can get into the fun stuff a little bit later. We're going to handle all that rust on the roof. If you guys know Subarus, you know that the roof paint isn't any good on them. Adrian's STI is rusting, the Forester's rusting. I think it's got a little tiny spot on the my STI, but today we're going to be tackling the Forester. I already did the first coat of primer in a little quarter section to see how it works and my technique, and then we're going to actually be doing the rest today. There's the roof on the Forester, so what you see is all the Sharpie spots. So I took silver Sharpie and I actually went ahead and covered over every spot of rust I could find. And there's a lot. And then there's my little primer corner. So I got my technique all right. So what we're going to be doing is doing that to every one of these, and then in the next episode we'll end up sanding them down and painting them, clearing them, and so forth. But today we're just going to be sanding these guys down, getting all the rust spots out, because like look at some of these, there's like some pretty good texture on there, which is something you don't want on a roof. Thankfully we have the tools, so we're going to be using a Dremel with a sanding, or with a pretty much a grinding disc and a sandpaper on it. This is my fine one for finishing it up, as you'll see, and then I have 2 coarse sandpaper bits that I actually will use to grind out the little rust spots, and then we'll level them out with filler primer and then sand it down. And as you do with paint, you always need some paint, here's tape, and lots of newspaper to cover up the spots you don't want. So that's what we'll be using to do this today. So sanding and grinding it down isn't super fun, but I thought I'd just take you along to show you the progress that we make, because next video we'll actually be painting it and you'll see that it's a lot better. So with this primer, I have to go ahead and I think I'm going to do it in quarter sections. So right now we're going to take the whole front half of the car, because I've already did the other left side quarter, so we're going to take that off and grind that down. So I'm not going to record every single one because I'm going to be here for a while. I'll probably be here for the next couple hours, but I'll show you guys the progress and do a little time lapse here or there, and then I'll catch up to you once we're actually in the painting, or not painting, we're not painting today, primer process, and show you guys actually what we're doing with primer and kind of the technique I'm using. Nothing special, but as I said, might as well show you guys the progress we have on the Forester. I'm not going to name exactly what it is because that would just be a dead giveaway of what I'm putting on it. So the first thing is taking the coarse sandpaper and grinder wheel and grinding it down to bare metal, or all the spots where there's a little bit of rust bubbling. So let's go ahead and do that. And just like that, hour and a half later, we actually finished the roof. So all of these have been ground down to the bare metal. You can see like this one was really bad, but now we actually got to go with the sandpaper and use our our finer grinding wheel so that we can smoothen out. So we can get more of a nice smooth thing. So like right here, we got to go along the edges. You see how it's really harsh? You can actually feel that too. So what you want to do is you want to smooth it out with this one. Take my 220 grit, smoothen it out, and then finalize with some 1000 grit. And then there you have a nice little smooth thing. And then when you're sanding it down for paint later, it actually works a lot better. So that's exactly what we're going to do, is we're going to do the whole time-lapse thing all over again and continue sanding. We are on to that point now, guys. It is time to finally paint after a long time. As you can tell, the sun's setting now, and I said I was going to get the whole roof done today. I don't think that's happening, but I'm going to try. So, as you've seen, I've sanded it down with 200 grit, then 1000, and now we're taping it all up to prime it. And then before I actually spray the primer on, I'm going to be wiping it with black earth thinner, and then spraying 2 light coats, let it dry, and then it's supposed to dry for 3 to 4 days. I'll probably let it dry for 2 days, and then we'll sand it down and paint it, but that'll be in the next episode. So I gotta finish up this. I'll show you guys once it's ready to go, because there's a lot of taping going on here, and then we're ready to prime it. If you look, I'm actually leaving a little bit past it, because that's the whole point of sanding, because once we sand it down, we can level it out and actually get the paint on, and then wet sand it once the clear's on. So not a huge deal if you leave a little bit around it, but I'll get this tape on and then we'll finally get to painting. Look at all that tape. There is so much tape though on there. I don't know how this is gonna work, and then removing it's gonna be worse, but a lot of these aren't sticking, so we're just gonna get as much primed as we can. And then, as I said, we are not going to be able to finish it tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this primer done. I'm going to do the 2 coats I was talking about, and then I'm going to leave it set for tonight. Then tomorrow we'll do another vlog of finishing the rest of the car. I've got some side stuff with primer, so we'll have another primer vlog. So I guess boring, but time lapses and cool stuff. So I'll try to get these out sooner than a week. We'll see how that goes, but we'll try. And then once we have that, I gotta let cure for 3 days, because I'm using this old primer because I thought I might as well get it out of the way. Yeah, it kind of screwed me over. But anyways, we're going to prime it, and then we're going to let it sit for 3 or 4 days. And then during the week, I'll come back and sand that all down. And then I hopefully think next weekend we'll be painting and getting it all ready to go. Fingers crossed, we'll see. I don't really know how this is all going to work. There we go. So the whole roof, or that part of the roof that we're working on today, is all done. It's all primed. It's going to cure overnight, and then hopefully tomorrow morning I'll get up and finish that. So let's take a look at actually see what we primed. It's actually kind of hard now because it's dark off first. And then second off, the primer just kind of blends in with the rest of the tape. But you can see, like here, it's actually dry to the touch already. That's why I'm thinking the 3-day cure is probably not 3-day cure. So we'll probably end up maybe painting it on Sunday. Cross my fingers. Get it painted Sunday so I don't have to wait a whole week. But there we go, guys. So we're getting somewhere. The stupid Subaru rust strikes again, but this time on the roof of the Forester. But we got it handled. Hopefully this time a little bit better than the side corner that I have to redo for the Forester. But hey, we're getting somewhere. So make sure, if you guys are interested in seeing what this box and this box have, stay tuned. It's going to be really cool. And if you guys have any questions or comments, you know the drill, leave them down below. And I'll see you next episode. And as always, peace out and stay humble.